Those who live near the intersection of Friedberg and Old Salisbury Roads in Forsyth County will never look at the area quite the way they did before. It seems so safe, but it was a hell into which car after car of victims drove late that July 17th. 5 survived their wounds, 4 never came out. A bullet killed 32-year-old R.J. Reynolds chauffeur Ronald Lee Hull. Another wounded his wife alongside him. The son was in the back seat uninjured.
The young man that killed my brother jumped out in front of him and broke the window and shot him.
It was just below Friedberg Road that deputies set up their roadblock. Sources believe it wasn't until Ronnie Hull drove his Blazer around the corner in front of deputies that suspect Michael Hayes stepped into the light. When he stepped away from the car, deputies shot him. Hayes is in satisfactory condition at Baptist Hospital this morning, charged with 4 counts of murder.
Darlene Hull's story begins with her husband Ronnie and son Adam. It ended that night as Michael Hayes approached their car and ordered them to stop.
And he stepped back just a ways and he put the gun up to Ronnie's head. Daddy. And he said, "You." And he pulled the gun and it hit him in the side of the neck. He took a couple of steps backwards, and I seen him pointing at me. And I told him to hit the floor. My son. And then, just as Adam hit the floor, shots rang out, and we remained down. We didn't come back up, me and Adam didn't. Ronnie was still sitting in a chair, in the seat, looking straight ahead with just a blank stare. There was no movement. And I reached over, and I put my arm on him, and I told him I loved him, and goodbye. And I told Adam to quit beating his daddy in the face, that his daddy was dead.
Darlene Hull recalls a horrifying night last summer when she was shot and her husband killed by a roadside sniper.
She lived, but Ronnie died, like 3 other victims that night.
The court finds that the defendant has been on trial in Forsyth County Superior Court for criminal offenses and has been found not guilty by reason of insanity in all cases before this court.
How do you tell an 8-year-old the man that killed his daddy was insane? And I've got to go home and tell him that.
The highway. Michael Hayes was found not guilty by reason of insanity for pulling the trigger in the shooting spree that left 4 dead and 5 wounded in Forsyth County a year and a half ago. As Olivia Doran-Kennedy reports tonight, the victims don't blame the guns. They blame the man who pulled the trigger.
And he's seen his daddy killed just like that. He's seen Michael shoot me. He's seen Michael get ready to shoot him.
Adam Hull was 8 years old when he saw Michael Hayes murder his father and shoot his mother. He escaped injury, but his mother says he has scars that will never heal.
He has nightmares. Somebody's always chasing him.
And the last car to pull into harm's way, just before police opened fire on Michael Hayes, belonged to Ronnie and Darlene Hull. Were you scared?
Oh, yeah.
Their son Adam, then 8 years old, was in the back seat.
I was scared because I knew my dad was shot and he wasn't moving or anything, so I was scared about that. And then Mom, I seen she was bleeding, a puddle of blood here, and I was hoping she wasn't gonna die. And he aimed a gun at me, I guess. He pulled the trigger. That was the bullet that was meant for me.
Do you feel real lucky?
I feel lucky because I didn't get shot and I still got my mom here. And the way I don't feel lucky is because I lost my dad.